Let's go over to Oakland. So the former chief of staff of this mayor. And it's so funny because I was looking at, when I went and I started doing some research and I started looking at the pictures, because the woman that wound up coming out and exposing her was actually right there next to her when she got elected. So the question that we got to ask ourselves is, snitch or whistleblower? Snitch or whistleblower? Is this woman, see her right there next to her election? That's Sheng Thao, Sheng Tsung right there. And then the lady right next to her is her former chief of staff. So I got some questions, all right? I got some questions before we really start to deep dive into this, because I want to know why this woman is now exposing Mayor Sheng Thao. It's always more to the story than what's being presented. Why is this woman now exposing former mayor, soon to be former mayor Sheng Thao? All right, make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel. Let's turn on your notifications. Let's get it, y'all.
It's been 48 hours since the FBI raided the home of Oakland Mayor Sheng Thao, along with at least 2 other locations, and the mayor is nowhere to be seen.
We still don't know exactly what the FBI was looking for. Yesterday, we heard the mayor's side of the story, sort of. She did hire an attorney, former prosecutor Tony Brass. He suggested that there is no evidence that Thao is actually the target of the FBI investigation and that she had no idea it was even happening.
It was my assumption that she would have been asked for information or documents or devices if they were needed, and that she must have refused that if they got a search warrant. So I'm quite surprised that the search warrant was the...
Wait a minute. Why is it so dirty in the background? Oakland, what y'all doing? Is this the, what is that? Are those, why is it so nasty? Why is every place that you go inside of Oakland, even the office buildings and the federal buildings and stuff, it looks like a bunch of homeless people was just there and they took a bunch of dumps on the ground. I'm sorry, listen, my third sense is difficult for me to ignore the details in the background. I look at people's hair, I look at their teeth, I look at the carpet, I look to see what's going on, why it looks like they over there in the 1950s. I'm gonna read those super chats shortly. Why is it so bad out here? What is wrong with this place?
The first she'd heard of this investigation. The optics are bad, but the fact is that she is going to cooperate with the investigation, and she would have done that in the first place.
Brass also said Mayor Thao is working from a remote location because of the media circus around the raids, and that she will release a statement sometime next week.
She's working remote.
A former chief of staff.
She's the mayor of Oakland, and she working remote.
Thao believes she should resign following the raid at her home. Agents interviewed her about a year ago, while the FBI hasn't linked Mayor Thao to any kind of...
And she got on the same outfit. No? Hold on. Wait a minute. Let me get some understanding in it. Is that the same dress? Or does she just like the color blue? She just put a jacket over it. Yep. That's the belt. That's the pleat. And she wearing the same hookup. She just don't have a nose ring on that one. Is that the same girl? She look like she aged a bit. Let's see. We'll get there. We're going to figure it out.
Wrongdoing. The former confidant of the mayor spoke out. Dahlin joins us now in studio with more on this developing story. Dahl?
That's right. I first met this former chief of staff, Miss Rania Webb, back in November 2022 during a Sheng Thao campaign event. A few months later, she contacted me saying that, hey, I resigned from the Thao office because of concerns over pay-to-play allegations.
Woo! She brought this up a long time ago. Y'all act like y'all wanted to ignore it.
And I asked her for evidence at the time. It was just her words. Fast forward to this Thursday, the FBI raid. We decided to talk to her again. This is Ms. Webb's side of the story.
And then they said I met her at her birthday party that she had up in Montclair.
Rania Webb worked closely with and had access to Sheng Thao that few people had for a year and 4 months. Webb served as Tao's right-hand person, working as chief of staff when Thao was the District 4 council member. Webb says she volunteered and spent countless hours on Tao's mayoral campaign in 2022. She says she also led Tao's transition team after Thao won the election.
A lot of what's coming out now is the reason I resigned shortly thereafter winning the election.
She was more sad than surprised about FBI agents raiding Tao's home on Thursday.
I wasn't surprised. I was like, finally the truth is coming out.
Webb accuses Tao's boyfriend, Andre Jones, of being the mastermind.
Ooh, so wait. Dre Day. Boom, 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 boom. Guess who's back? So you got you a black boyfriend. Ooh, and he the mastermind. Okay. So now we going up the chain of command. All right, listen, every day that we report on this, we get a little bit deeper. See, y'all thought it was just, Tiffany Henyard, she was small beans. She don't have a man that's working behind the scenes in order to make sure that the bag is secure. Sheng Thao, Sheng Tsung, got her a man, and his name is Dre. Guess who's back? It's the DRE. It ain't nothing but Mohash. Another classic CD for y'all to rock with, whether you're cooling on the corner. Shout out to Sheng Tsung. I ain't know that you thought what black was better. Woo! She said that he the man. Listen, it only take one person to expose the truth. It's always somebody disgruntled. They don't like what you was doing, or maybe they didn't get paid enough, or maybe they wasn't acknowledged. Maybe you didn't acknowledge their contribution, and then they turn into a freezy. That's why you got to keep your business to yourself. Listen, be careful who you surround yourself with. Y'all caught that one? It's always a mole. They get a little too close to you, and then they don't feel like they was acknowledged, or you didn't return a text message, or you didn't acknowledge their contribution to the platform, and then they turn into a freezy. We're going to call these type of people freezies, all right? Anyways, let's continue.
And running pay-to-play schemes during Tao's campaign for mayor and after she won.
I had found out that Andre, her boyfriend, was promising people jobs in our administration, promising people appointments on different commissions and boards from out of the mouths of people that told me they were promised positions, they were promised board positions. And at the mouth of what they would always, Andre, that was who they would say, Andre promised me this.
Webb claims Jones was controlling and calling the shots. She says Thao went along with him.
He definitely.
It's sad. He's making her do things, pushing her to do things that I don't believe she would do otherwise. I just really don't.
He definitely running
Webb
that.
says Jones and Thao met when they worked for council member Rebecca Kaplan. Jones was Kaplan's chief of staff, and Thao was an intern.
When I first mentioned to Sheng at the house that got raided yesterday, that people were coming to me of, what Andre had promised them. And her response to me was, just ignore Andre. You're going to be making close to $200,000.
Now, in my situation, I never promised anybody any money. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a little bit above board. I got to keep the snake side of my grass. But anyways, when you get into a position of power, she said, listen, baby. Listen, baby, we know Oakland is falling apart. Oakland is falling apart. Businesses is leaving. In-N-Out is leaving, and they profitable. They doing street takeovers. Homelessness is running rampant out here in these streets. But guess what? Baby girl, I know you heard Dre over there. Dre was just beating my back out overnight. It's cool. He got this. You need to worry about that $200,000 that you're going to be over there making. You know what I'm saying? You got to worry about that $200,000. She said, listen, baby girl, you going to be making 200,000. You going to be making 200,000. Wow. Don't worry about it. I got you.
Just ignore it. And it just hurt my heart. Like, I just looked at her and I told her, I don't care about the money.
That's how they had to get her up out of there. That's what got her. Listen. When you get people that can't be bought, got to get them up out of there. When somebody is saying, when they say to your face, oh, I don't care about the money, you're hurting my heart by doing things negatively. She should actually have been the one that was the mayor. When you got people that stand up and they say, listen, you're hurting my heart. I don't have 200,000 reasons. You can't buy me with money. They got to get him up out of there. Hey, Dre, little Miss Sunshine over there with the blue dress, she said that she can't be bought. She said that she don't like $200,000. What you think about that? Dre said, guess who's back?
After Thao won the election in November, Webb says she resigned on New Year's Eve 2022. She says in early 2023, she complained to the city council and the Public Ethics Commission about the pay-to-play allegation.
She the one at the raid. She the reason that the raid came through. She the reason that the Duong family, listen, if you want to know who messed up all of the money over there in Oakland from all of these crooked politicians getting to the bag, is her. And let me give her a round of applause. Let me give Blue Dress a round of applause, because we need more people like this in our society. Snitch, tell. When you got these public servants out here doing the worst thing for society, get them up out of there. Don't think that just because she Asian and her last name is Sheng Thao, Sheng Shang, or anything like that, or the Duong family is over there and they over there finessing, talking about they started their company by picking up trash off the street and then all of a sudden they showed up with a recycling company. I don't believe it, not even a little bit. Nope, you're not going to convince me. Not even this much. Not even this much. All right? And so it took one little black lady, one little fairy, a canary in a coal mine, to finally bring down the Duong family and Shang Tsung. While she was, y'all kept wondering, why won't this woman retire? Why won't she resign? Why is she so dedicated? Because they was getting to the bag. They was using taxpayer money to get to the bag. She has now moved up on the list as the worst mayor in America. Shout out to Little Miss Sunshine.
She says the council ignored her complaint. The Ethics Commission sent a follow-up email requesting evidence, but Webb could not produce physical evidence, so that complaint went nowhere. Webb says Thao at the time denied all the accusations, telling others Webb was disgruntled, had mental health issues, and made up lies.
What sense would it make that I would help her win the election, run her transition team, and then all of a sudden I just lose my mind?
The FBI contacted Webb and interviewed her for 2.5 hours on February 3rd, 2023. Yep. She says agents asked a lot of questions about Thao's campaign funding.
It was about campaign contributions, about some of the appointments, like to the port.
Webb says the FBI agents did not offer specifics about their investigation at the time, and she doesn't know if the FBI raid is related to the pay-to-play allegation.
It is.
The FBI remains tight-lipped about the raid at Thao's home. While the FBI has not accused Thao or Jones of any wrongdoing, Webb believes Thao should resign.
I texted her and told her I'm praying for her, but we still have to deal with the consequences of our behaviors.
Absolutely.
And I just hope she gets the help that she needs.
I asked Thao's attorney, Tony Brass, about the pay-to-play allegation. He did not respond to my email. We tried to get Andre Jones' side of the story as well. He has so far declined to talk to the media.
Now, here's my ask. Here's my plea, okay? This is my plea to the people before we move over into the next story, because we got a lot to cover. We got to move through these next stories a little bit more efficiently than we move through this one. This is my plea. It's popular. Let me get a full screen on this one. It's popular to go after Tiffany Henyard. We spent a lot of time going after Tiffany Henyard. Let me say that again. People showed up in her city. They were going after Dalton. They was at the Thornton Township meetings. They still out there. And Tiffany Henyard is still public enemy number one for a lot of these vloggers. I want y'all to keep that same energy for Sheng Thao. Go find her. See where she working remotely. Give the same energy to Sheng Thao over there in Oakland as you got over here for Tiffany Henyard. Now, I'm an advocate for holding people accountable for when they wrong. But don't pick and choose how much energy y'all want to go give. I'm advocating for all of you vloggers, all of y'all people that had all of this smoke for Tiffany Henyard. And you over here making vlog after vlog after vlog. Listen, I'm going to just keep it real. I got to keep it real. Y'all doing all of the hard work and the heavy lifting when it comes to holding people accountable. Have that same energy for the person that is then over there in Oakland literally destroying and can be proven to be having pay for play with her boyfriend running a conglomerate, and the Duong family go over there and do that same type of work. Let's just keep the same energy across the board. That's all I'm saying. Let's not pick and choose and then have identity politics because it's popular to go after little Louisiana over there in Dalton. Shang Tsung is running a much, much bigger city over there on the West Coast. And so I think that y'all should keep that same energy for her too. I don't think we should pick and I think we need to have just as much, because when we find politicians that's not doing the things that's in the best interest of the people, that's using public tax dollars, put that same amount of effort and that same amount of energy over there in Oakland. I am. Every single day, I am not letting up on this story. As much more information comes out, I will be covering it on my platform. As more information comes out, I'm going to be covering it on my platform. It don't matter if it's the popular thing to do. It don't matter if it's not the hottest story at the moment. I don't care. Right is right and wrong is wrong. And so we have to leverage our platforms in order to bring visibility to the people that are being harmed the most. And that's the ones that's the most vulnerable. Those are the taxpayers. Those are the citizens. That's all I'm saying. Same energy across the board. No discrimination. No discrimination. That's all I'm saying. That's all I want to say. Let me read a couple of super chats. Let's read.